remember whose Shulk it was, but it was like when he first came out, and I'm like, man, this Shulk character looks fire. Like, how is anybody going to combat this? And then you realize that his frame data is like bottom of the barrel.
Unfortunately.
And now we're seeing, though, you can offset that by having really, really strong neutral game and a really, really good punish game. Like, as long as you wait for the chances, Shulk's awesome.
Yeah, we definitely saw all that character representation coming up from Civil War 2, you know, basically knocking down the stereotypes of, hey, this character's unviable. You can't say that anymore.
No.
We had Captain Falcon and Link in top 8.
There's like 3 or 4 characters that I think will never be able to do it. But other than that, like, there's, what, 60 characters in this game?
Oh, it's like 57. But, rounding it off, I guess.
Like, 50 of them at least could get you to the grand finals of a regional, at the very least.
And that's what I really like to say, that this game is honestly one of the most balanced fighting games that I have ever participated in and I have ever watched as a spectator.
Yeah.
And that's what is exciting, because you're kind of rolling the dice when it comes to, what character are you going to see that's obscure in top 8? I guess we'll find out the next tournament.
And that's why I think it's so important to have good preparation for all the things that you could encounter. And speaking of preparation, Lapis going with his Little Mac here, one of the better Little Macs that it's in the world. For a while, he was considered like number 3 or 4 behind Soul and Alphakins. But he has a bit of a crisis because, again, he wasn't really having fun with it. Switched to Corn for a little while, but his Mac definitely makes a lot of waves in doubles because he has teammate support to help him with recovery.
Yeah, so we're going to be able to see the work that Lapis could put in here with his team combo with Bayonetta. JK being a really well-known Bayonetta. I actually had the ability to play JK at Genesis, and it was a fantastic experience there.
And what I'm liking from the blue team here is that they are keeping these guys separate, because with Mac's like powerful punches and, you know, Bayonetta's ability to keep someone occupied so that it's a one-on-one, it really means that that ZeRo and Ally have to keep these guys separate. And actually, Little Mac takes the first stock there.
Yeah, Lapis was actually getting edge guarded really hard on the side there while JK was trying to make it back onto the stage by ZeRo and Ally, and he managed to mix it up to recover nicely and take the first stock.
I definitely thought he maybe missed the edge there and ran out of jumps, but it's Bayonetta. She has seemingly infinite ability to recover. And one thing I like from Lapis' Little Mac here is that he's not afraid to use like the underutilized moves, aerials, you know, the side B like quickly coming back because it's such a committal move.
Oh my goodness! I thought when he did the side B, it had hit Ally. I was like,
he did hit Ally actually. It was just such low percent that he was able to recover just fine. But yeah, you don't often see a Mac Bayo team, but I can see why it would be effective. You know, Bayonetta with her many jumps can easily save Little Mac. But unfortunately, when you're in a 2v1 versus the likes of ZeRo and Ally, it's going to be very, very tough to keep your partner nearby, because all their strategy is going to be is to get into 1v1s, because they're obviously the better players on their own.
Wow, fantastic DI from Ally there on the side. Although Little Mac is only at 56%, so Rage only there a little bit. One thing I would actually like to see different from Red Team is the cooperation of them sticking together. I'm not really, oh my goodness, JK just disappeared.
100%, like, yeah. Ally got the grab, and he knew that he had the stock lead.
Get taken down too.
Yeah, and so it's okay. I mean, you're up in stocks. You know, Little Mac just got knocked off, and he was at a high percent when it happened. Great situational awareness there from Ally to just do the longer-lasting back throw, making sure that JK was going to die.
And this is a very hard position to be in, especially as Bayonetta in a 2v1. You know, you have the teammate there to cover Bayonetta's landings, the one thing that she can't really do anything about after she lands from doing all her specials in the air.
Right, and that's actually one of the things that we saw with Mistakes Bayonetta, was that when you have a teammate to recover, you know, you can put out all of your aerial moves and still be okay relatively. When you're by yourself against a two-man front, it's basically impossible because of all of her options are so committal.
Oh, unfortunately, misfaces the down air there. This blue team really wants to close it out, and ZeRo with the back air is going to be doing it.
Yep, JK tried his best, but unfortunately, when you have someone as good at edge guarding as ZeRo and someone that is good at reading neutral as Ally, you have to have a partner there. Like, the way that you beat a ZeRo team is by having such great team synergy
that you're never on the ledge.
That you overcome the individual talent from ZeRo and his teammate.
The ledge pressure mostly.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I'm seeing them basically capitalize off of mostly almost every game. And that's the biggest vulnerable position that you could be in versus this team as well. And that's why they were constantly targeting Lapis, because when Lapis is on the ledge there, he's really vulnerable. He can't really do much, especially if his teammate is on the opposite side of the stage.
That, and he is by far the more dangerous person as far as KOs. Like, one, you know, even forward tilt, extremely powerful, but he has such strong moves that, you know, even if you're at like 80%, if you get caught in a bad spot in a poor area, you know, he can take your stock if you screw up. So yeah, target Lapis, get rid of Little Mac, and then just, you know, Bayonetta in a 2v1, not that great unless you're somehow able to catch both of them in a crazy Bayonetta combo, but no, these guys DI too good for that, so yeah, it's going to require excellent team chemistry from the red team to try and bring this back.
Lapis is trying to find his way back onto the stage. ZeRo constantly hitting him with these backers, catching his jump.
And JK actually gets a kill over on Ally there while we were kind of focusing on Lapis. That's actually one thing that JK has been doing well, is keeping them separate, but again, you really don't want to get into 2v1 or 1v1s against the two best players in the world, number 1 and number 2 on the PGR.
So both teams are kind of just getting the majority of the stage control at the moment. They're just fighting for it. JK unfortunately unable to convert off that witch twist because of the fact that Ally was right there.
I mean, JK is doing as much as he can to try and keep Lapis, you know, mid-stage and let him be at his most dangerous, but unfortunately, it's just so difficult. Again, the neutral games of these two players are probably, you know, the best two in the world. There's a reason that they're number 1 and number 2. And yeah, it's so difficult to try and do that if your team chemistry is not on, and it just doesn't seem like it's quite on for these guys.
The red team stuck on the ledge here. Bad position to be in. Oh my goodness, ZeRo just not letting Lapis come back. Constantly hitting him with these walls of fairs.
And that's what fair is, really. It's just a massive wall of monkey feet. Like,
you just have to hold on to your jump and not get frustrated, just as you don't get flustered whenever Sheik hits you with one fair and then proceeds to do so with 5 other ones.
All right, so here comes Little Mac. Does do the stock share.
Oh my goodness, what a fantastic up B out of that. Ally had hit him and he just up B'd in the middle of it. Found the perfect opportunity to do so.
Yeah, that's a really sort of underrated option. Is like, oh, you know, you're juggling me. Well, if I get one frame to put out this move, it's going to hurt you, because it's actually one of his more reliable things in singles too, is to up B, because it has such good knockback that he's able to fall back down to the stage and not get punished as well. So, you know, trying to make this work, they do have even stocks right now. I'm so sorry, Lapis.
Yeah, something actually that I noticed that was really smart of JK and Lapis actually was JK was able to fast forward the KO meter with just bullets.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a reason that these guys got 2 winners quarterfinals. Like, they obviously have quite a bit of skill here, but they just sort of ran into the wrecking ball crew that is ZeRo and Ally, and now JK finds himself all alone on Lilat.
Yeah, he's not giving up without a fight, though.
Why would you? You have,
of course not. With them both at 1 stocks, I believe anything is possible in the realm of Smash 4.
Uh-oh, and ZeRo not able to
save.
save!
Just as I said that, oh my goodness! And he's not able to convert off of it all the way by the ceiling.
And that was all on ZeRo, actually. Like, you can say, like, oh, Ally should have died and everything like that, but to be 100% honest, like, that stock loss was all on ZeRo because he missed the save.
Oh my, he's still alive. That up smash was not able to do so. JK still needing to regain stage control right now. ZeRo at the biggest position that he's in right now.
Throw. Oh, and he's living. Had a little extra outer space there.
With Rage, he needs to find a way to mix up his recovery. He manages to make it back onto the stage.
We're going to see probably a back throw. Oh, and I think that might have been a little bit of a DI mix-up there.
Yeah, yeah, that's why he continuously just jabbed him in the grab. That was really close.
JK almost.
JK almost bring that
JK
back.
was not playing there.
Woo! I'm a little sweating right there. When he got that witch time on ZeRo after just taking the stock over Ally, yeah, I thought, immediately when I said that, I was like, the Smash Lords heard me.
Yeah. Well,
that's what I said.
See, they're offering beneficial things to the players that you support, whereas me, I say, oh, they got them down to 1 stock each, and then Lapis immediately dies. I was just like, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, admitted was Mayhem, I think 6 it was. Sturm and I were commentating doubles top 8 together.